day has finally come. Been painting for, gosh, well over a decade now. And I have never sprayed this Majic tractor paint, tractor enamel. Old Bondo Billy's probably scratching his head over there. What did he say his last episode? Dumpster paint. Dumpster paint. Put this here dumpster paint on these tractor parts. That's really what it is, though. It is a stupid cheap oil-based enamel that they do make a hardener for, catalyst. You can add reducer to it. You can kind of custom mix it. This stuff, I've sprayed other tractor enamels before and tractor paints and Rust-Oleum. It is very hard to get this stuff to get spray right, dry right, lay right. This is why you guys have never seen me put this stuff on my page, because it's for the $20 or the $50 you save to do a full, let's say a full car paint job with some of this dumpster paint. I mean, it's just not worth the hassle. But we do have some tractor parts that are suitable for a paint like this. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna mix up the paint, we're gonna get the gun loaded up, and we're gonna shut up and spray. Alright, so first things first, we're gonna mix up the paint. Now, if I can remember correctly, this Majic tractor paint mixes 8 parts paint, 1 part catalyst, and 1 to 2 parts reducer. Now, the reducer is optional. You do not have to use the reducer, but it will make this paint lay out a little bit flatter than what it would by not using the reducer, obviously. I think I went 8 parts paint, 1 part activator, and I think I did use like 2 or 3 parts reducer. I know I've reduced it down, not a lot, but definitely a good bit, because we're spraying with the Harbor Freight purple spray gun, and these guns do not like thick paint. I will tell you, these guns do, for a little throwaway, you know, dumpster gun, I mean, piece of crap. I mean, they spray surprisingly good for $10 if you just thin the paint out a little bit. And they will actually, these guns actually work the best when spraying single stage. When spraying base clear, they're absolute garbage. Don't even try and spray a metallic with these guns. They're terrible. Absolutely terrible. But a solid color single stage, these guns spray really good. So back to the paint. We're putting on, I didn't do the second coat on camera, but we're putting on the first coat, medium wet, definitely a full wet coat. Not a full heavy wet coat, but a full medium wet coat, getting 100% coverage over top of the primer and previous substrate. I will say this as well. I am very pleasantly surprised with the coverage of this paint. Look at this paint. We're putting this red over a bright gray, like a really light gray primer. And even with us doing kind of like a lighter wet coat, it is covering up that lighter gray primer in the first coat without any hesitation. I probably could have done a light, like a mist coat on this first coat, and it still probably would have covered over those white spots in primer. So very high coverage. That's great. It's laying out very smooth. It's laying out, spraying very easily and very flat. I was actually pleasantly surprised with this paint. I mean, for some cheapo Dumbo crap from a local Tractor Supply paint store, I think this was actually bought at Tractor Supply. I was very impressed with this. I've never sprayed the Majic tractor enamel. This is the first time, and I've been painting cars ever since I've been 17 years old. First time I've ever used this stuff. And I was actually pleasantly surprised with how good it lays down. You know, for especially just the first coat. We did, like I said, off camera, we did a second coat, and it just works really well. It is very user friendly. I mean, I'm looking at it, and even with how I'm spraying it, even if I was like an amateur painter and I didn't really know exactly what I was doing, but maybe I was like some of you guys watching and just watched a couple of YouTube videos, you know, pretty much anybody can kind of, you know, get one of these little purple doohickey spray guns and, you know, mix this stuff up properly and kind of make something happen. I will say your mixing with this paint is going to be critical. With any tractor paint, How you mix it is going to determine the job. You have to mix this stuff properly to get it to lay out smooth. But this was a very fun project. I had a lot of fun. Judging by how it's spraying and how it's laying, it came out really good. And final result after sitting for 2 months and curing. Okay, so this is the final result. This is exactly what it's going to look like. It's fully shrunk back, fully dried, and honestly, with a light polish, these would look like ridiculously good. Now, they look great now. They're very. Look at the smoothness. Look at the smoothness. This is, guys, this is tractor enamel. This isn't even automotive grade paint. And I mean, they came out really good. They got a little bit of a haze in them, and that is, I'm guessing, for me, over reducing it a little bit. I think maybe I added a little bit too much reducer, or it could just be the fact that it's tractor enamel. It's not a automotive grade paint. But I mean, very impressed. So those of y'all out there looking to paint something with this Majic tractor enamel, here's the results you guys can expect. A very smooth, glossy finish. Not a extremely high gloss, but a nice glossy finish, and it'll get your project done. So that's going to wrap it up for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to see more cool projects like this, like and subscribe. I try to post new videos every week. Catch you guys on the next one.